Welcome everybody to another episode of the Street Sheet Podcast. Today, a special guest that we have, Chris Payne, everyone. This man, I met him a couple weeks ago at, I forgot the name of the showcase. What was the name of the showcase?
It was, I think, Move Forward Music.
Okay.
Yeah, Moving Forward Music. It was a venue in Brooklyn, and from there we just like chopped it up, and here we go.
Yeah, man. So once I heard you, I was like, yeah, I definitely need to link up with this guy. Definitely need to talk with him. So let's just get into it. You're more of like, I would say more of like the Drake artist where you rap but also sing. Yeah. So you kind of like dip your toe into every kind of genre. You know what I mean? Like you're one of those that you could just put you anywhere.
Yeah. And that's a crazy comparison too. So it's like
once I heard you, I said, yeah, he's got the Drake vibe. He's got the Drake vibe.
I appreciate that.
But let's start from the beginning. So tell me like about growing up. Like where did you grow up? Where are you from?
Born and raised in the Bronx. Specific area I could really say was like more by the like I was bouncing back and forth a lot. Like at first it started off in like Hunts Point by like Longwood, then Allerton, then the Pelham Parkway side. It's just yeah, it was crazy, but you know, I stood where I stay now, and yeah, that's really it, you know.
So growing up, like, did you play any sports, or were you just like more of to yourself?
Both. I was both. So it's like I wanted to be social, but I was the weird kid, the kid who was sometimes quiet, and I would become the antisocial, but I will figure a way out to throw myself into that social club. Because it was I want to fit in. I was the kid that wanted to fit in. And so eventually I started finding stuff that I love to do. I realized there was basketball. I tried out for basketball. That didn't go well. Did baseball. I did baseball for a while to like my high school years. And I stopped there, and that was about it. So.
Did you ever think about like going to college to play or not? It wasn't a thought.
I never even thought about going to college.
Yo, to be honest, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that.
As soon as high school finished, I said, I'm done.
It's over. It's over.
That's it.
I give it to you because I wish I could have did that shit. But like my parents were kind of like, yo, if you live in under my roof, you go to college. Yeah, they were that kind. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll go.
My mom, she tried pulling that same move on me, and it ain't work. Because once I found my voice, I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So
growing up in the Bronx, you were like, I would say like in the melting pot of NYC, because the Bronx just has, well, all of New York just has like all types of different people, all types of different backgrounds. So you really learn a lot we learned a lot when we're young, going to school with different kids and finding out like, oh, what does your family do? You know what I mean? What was kind of like growing up for you in the house? Like what kind, like since you were in music, like what kind of music was being played in your house while growing up? Like your parents playing music?
A lot. Different kind. It's like there's moments my mom, because I'm Hispanic. I come from the Puerto Rican side.
Oh, so, same here.
Yeah, see? So, I guess when she had her good days coming out of work, she'll come home and put on some like 80s classic love R&B. And she'll, you know, I feel like it was a lot. And then road trips that we'll do, like we'll go to we'll go to Hershey Park, Six Flags, and she'll be playing like a mix of different songs, old songs that would want to make you cry, Then you got Daddy Yankee out of nowhere playing in the car, and then Mark Anthony, and I'm like, then it's like it's a mixture of salsa bachata, and then she had her little like she'll play some pop. She wasn't really into hip hop like that. My older cousin, he's the one who first ever put me onto hip hop. He made me start with Eminem and 50 Cent.
Oh, okay, that's not bad to start with.
That's where I started like studying this, and I was like, whoa, okay, like these, I wanna rap fast like that. I wanna do this. And it wasn't until I came across Michael Jackson where I was like, okay, this guy's different. And
he's the guy.
He's the guy. And that's where my singing came in. I even a little bit of dancing. If you search deep into YouTube, you'll find like, thank God nobody could find it. But if you search deep into YouTube, you'll find my videos of me dancing to Michael Jackson.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to find that for the promo.
Yeah, I'm
gonna have to find that for the promo. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to do some deep searching.
I was that guy, and
I think everybody goes through that Michael Jackson phase where they're like, "Yo, I could dance like that."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, because you're watching him do that on TV, and you're just like, wow, like that's
like it. I would sit in my
captivating.
room. I was literally sit in this room, watch him on TV, go to the hallway mirror, and mimic everything until it was like spot on.
Oh wow,
that's how obsessed like I was. And then when he passed and everything, it was like, well, shit. Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy. Let me ask you that. I feel like Michael Jackson's one of those people that like, you know where you were when he died. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the, where do you remember like when you found out?
Yeah, actually.
What were you doing?
I actually just came home from summer school.
Oh, okay.
Doing summer school, and I remember walking in, and my house is like a very it's a family house, so it's many apartments in here.
Okay, gotcha.
So I live on the upper top, and I remember literally walking through the front door, walking up the stairs, and my mom just standing there, like blocking me out before I could even get up all the way in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, with my book bag, I'm like, like that, and I'm just like, like, what happened? She's like, calling me to the living room, and the news is on in the living room.
Yeah.
And before I could even turn into the living room, all I hear was Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. And I'm like, what's going on? So all I remember seeing on the news was the white body bag, the helicopter, and reading in the bottom, King of Pop, Michael Jackson, dead at 50 years old. All I remember was dropping my book bag and running to my room to just scream. I just screamed, I yelled, I cried, and for a whole week I was stuck on the news, telling myself it's not real, it's not real, it's not real, until it sunk in, and that was about it.
Yeah, so I can only imagine how you felt about that, especially knowing that he had such an impact on you as a youth, as a person. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, because even though like I'm a Michael Jackson fan, but I'm not like that big of a Michael Jackson. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna listen to his music all the time. I think I discovered more music when he passed. Like I knew the hits and stuff, of course, but you don't really know all the music until he's on a loop on VH1 for 2 weeks straight, just his music. You know what I mean? And that's
like
you
have no choice but to watch and listen, because it's all you know, that channel. So it's like, let me figure out who this guy is and who he was, and then you're like, well, shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. So he had a big impact on you. Was there anyone else that was like, would you say like, so Michael Jackson's the top one. Is there like two others, like your top three people that really like influenced you in music?
I wasn't really big on, I'm not gonna be the regular guys, Tupac, Biggie, like, I can't do that.
I feel you on that.
I never really listened to them. I know a few classics from them, but I would have to say it was definitely Michael Jackson, number one. Number two would have to be the only person closest to Michael Jackson, which is Chris Brown. I ain't gonna lie.
Gotcha.
Some girls are probably gonna watch this and go, "Oh my God, he chose that guy!" Like, the guy. Because they hear Chris Brown. you hear controversy around that name so much, and it's just like, ugh. But
Well, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, so yeah, I just turned 24. So we grew up
Yeah,
with Chris Brown being out, like not saying that he was like Michael Jackson, but he was like our Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like he was throwing out hits, he wasn't missing. It wasn't
Exactly.
until that all happened. And then
Yep.
even after the whole controversy, he was still dropping hits. So like,
Exactly.
I understand why that would be
He
your
never,
number two.
he never lost himself. I mean, and
No,
even when he did lose himself, he found himself again, and it was just a way better person than who he was. And the fact that he's still on this rampage of just hits and number ones and record breaking stuff.
yeah,
You can only say like, this is our Michael Jackson. This is the Michael Jackson we know. Like,
exactly, yeah.
you know. But and then number three, yeah, I could say Drake, but it seems too, I don't know. I mean, because he's another one, man. Drake is crazy.
That's another dude that's been around. Like, even though
Yeah.
we might think about it and he hasn't been around for a while. What was it? 08, 09 that he
Nah,
dropped?
yeah, he's been around since like
Yeah.
08.
Yeah. So he's been around for a while. And again, we were what, seventh, eighth grade when he came out. So that was
Yeah,
like he was like part of our defining years in high school. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So he plays a, even
I
though we
remember
might not
going back.
think about it, he plays a pivotal role.
Oh, he definitely does. Like I remember going back, and I remember just going in my mom's car, getting driven to school in the morning, and just hearing "You're the best I ever had," and I'm just like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
And then when I got older and I went back to mixtape Drake, I was like, oh my Lord, like this dude is crazy. And then you hear all his new stuff and you're just like, who is this? Like this man just don't stop. And I remember everybody saying the Drake era is done. Who was, I think it was,
a bunch of people have said that the Drake era is over.
But there was somebody specific, and
I would say probably somebody from Hot 97 because they be hating.
It was definitely Power 105. It was definitely
Power.
Yeah,
so it had to be Charlamagne then.
I think it was Charlamagne. He said the Drake era was done. That Drake didn't have no more hits in him. The same way they try to tell Lil Uzi that. They tell Lil Uzi.
Oh yeah, yes, I do remember because it was Charlamagne, because then that's why he put him on the back-to-back verse. He said, "Yeah, maybe some balls." Yeah.
Yep. And they try to tell Lil Uzi the same thing. By 27, you'll be done. And now Drake and Uzi are like top superstars in today's music industry. So it's like, but for my top three, I don't even know. Like I will put Drake there, but
it switches here and there. It's never like a concrete third person.
Yeah, it's never really, because I could say Drake, I could say The Weeknd, I could I could say a lot of people, but definitely number one for sure is gotta go to Michael Jackson. There's like no doubt about that.
Yeah. I got you, because I feel like that's also like when you ask people, oh, who's your top five? Like either top five singers, top five rappers, artists, whatever. It's always gonna change, but at that moment, that's who your top five is. You know what I mean? So I feel like your number three is gonna always be changing.
Yeah, you know it always does. Like just not too long ago, I just heard this guy named Belly.
Oh yeah.
I just heard him for the first time ever, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this dude is fucking dope. Then Baby King drops his album, and I'm just like, yo, like, I keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Right now, there's a lot of good music out.
Yeah, there's a lot. I was surprised. I was really surprised, but Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, that's it.
You can't argue that.
Yeah, you can't.
So, when did you start figuring out like I want to do this or I could do this?
So my mom had told me that I was actually singing and dancing by the age of 3.
Oh wow.
And when I started writing poems for the first time around the age of like 7 or 8. And then when I was really like 11, I told myself, I said, I'm going to get in the studio. I said, I'm going to get in the studio. I'm going to make music. I don't care what nobody says. As soon as I hit the age of 14 and 15, I remember going into a studio for the first time and recording. And the moment I walked in, I shed a tear because it was like, I'm actually here right now. Like
It's one of those surreal moments.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first recorded, it didn't go how I planned for it to go. And I knew I had a lot of work to do. I knew it was gonna take a lot and it was gonna take its time. And that's exactly what it did. And now I'm here. Practically 9 years later. I've been doing this it's been on the 24th, actually. In 3 days makes 9 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And just ever since then, I always told myself I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing this. Like throughout the road, I would say I want to quit. I'm done, because some music wouldn't get the reaction that I thought it would get. Some videos wouldn't get the likes that I thought it would get, but I had to tell myself it's a process.
Yeah.
And so and I'm learning a lot about the industry too. I do a lot of researching. I do a lot of stuff, a lot of artists that are exposing the industry nowadays, now that their voices are coming out. And it's just like, well, okay, maybe it's best that you stay independent for a while. And I think independent is the way to go. So it's about to be 9 years independent, basically, and I don't have a plan to stop.
That's incredible. 9 years already. You're only 23. Like, to say that you've been that long in music is incredible.
Yeah, I was starting in elementary school, talent shows, like getting on the stage. My mom always said, Chris, you love to be the center of attention. If there's something about you, is that you like to be the center of attention. So I was always on stage. I was always dancing. I was, at the age of 8, she put me in a school in Manhattan for dancing, singing, and acting. So
oh wow.
Yeah, and so ever since then, I've just always been active with it.
I was gonna ask you, because that was later in the interview, but performing, like when I saw you perform, I was like, this kid is like, he's used to this. He's comfortable with this. He's had to do this for a while. So knowing that you were in a school, just getting on stage, dancing and stuff, it makes sense that you get comfortable with yourself on a stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. Like at first, I low-key wanted to shit myself. I ain't gonna lie. like I wanted, I'm like, yo, the butterflies were there. They were crazy. But if there's something I learned, is that once you grab that mic and once you have that light hitting you, you're there already. You're already there. And the butterflies, they go away. I remember the first feeling in high school. I went to Lehman High School. Okay. And I remember my first time performing there. And it's like 6 different schools in one building. So you have all these schools coming down in a big ass auditorium in the stage. And they have the light, they have the person up there that does the light, they put the light on you and these curtains. And I remember being behind the curtains and just having the curtains open up and just seeing this light and the microphone just right there in front of me. And you can't see nobody. You can't see them, but you can hear them. And I remember just going up to the mic and taking it off the stand. And the moment my music hit, I was like, this is it.
You got in the zone. It was just like, this is where I'm supposed, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly. And it's one of the most amazing feelings ever as an artist, because, and then I remember again, the Michael Jackson in me hit. I have the video on my phone somewhere. I remember pulling Michael Jackson moves on the stage. And again, you can't see them, but you can hear them.
Yeah.
And it's about stage presence and how you pull the crowd in, and hearing all these girls scream, oh my God, like all this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, this is it. This is where I'm going to be. I got it.
It hypes you up even more, and then you get even more comfortable. You're like, all right, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Exactly. So it's always one of the I love performing. Like tomorrow I have a performance in the Bronx. And it's just it's an every week thing. So
but that's dope that you stay on the grind of performing. Like that's one thing about you. Like I see it all the time on your Instagram. Yo, I'm here tomorrow. It's like, yo, what's on out here grinding?
I freaking love it.
So like you said, we'll go back, like going into the studio at 15. were you already writing songs? Because I know you said you
Yeah,
did poetry. Were you like writing like actual songs out?
yeah.
When did that start?
To, I even used to write books. That's how crazy it was. Like I used to
Wow.
have a thing for reading. Okay, so my mom used to work in a school by Third Ave and 149 in the Bronx. And her boss would literally tell me, I would go to her job after school all the time. Her boss would literally tell me, like, Chris, I want you to write about this little girl, make it a story about this and this and that. And I would bring it back the very next day, and boom, it was right to perfection. And the boss would literally tell me, like, and I never forgot her name, Sister Marianne, because my mom works in private schools. So it was
Gotcha.
literally like, she would tell me, like, you have this for a young child, your mind is very diverse, it's very open. You don't, and I used to love to write little stories, whether it was books, poems, haikus. Like I can't take it off my wall because it's taped, but from Lehman High School, I have an award that says the best poet award.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, and I've always loved to, like, writing is just always, it's been my favorite thing. I used to have notebooks somewhere down in my bookcase, filled with the old music I used to write, and then I turned it from notebooks and loose leaf to my phone.
Got you. You gotta update with the times.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
that's incredible though that you was such like so creative at such a young age, just writing stories. Just so
Yeah.
it makes sense why your music is so creative. Like, what is like? We'll go into that. What is your writing process? Like, do you take it from life lessons? Do you just
Yeah.
make up
I, I,
stories
I,
sometimes?
I love when people ask me this question. I fucking love it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it definitely is life lessons. It's definitely life experiences. That's where it all comes from. But when people ask me, how do you write your music? Like, what's the writing process behind how you write it? I literally look them in the face and I tell them, I don't. Because I don't write my music no more. What I do is I learned throughout the times of writing, I learned how to freestyle.
Okay.
So what I would do is I'll take my iPad that I'm on right now. I'll take the iPad, put on the voice memo app, start recording, and take my phone, have a beat playing next to the iPad. While it's playing, I'll freestyle to the beat. When it's done, I'll stop, I'll go back, hear certain lines that I did, and write them down. And then if there's another line that I didn't like, I'll take that out and put it in with something else, and then that's it. And it literally takes me about, and my girl, she's seen me do this before. She's seen the process, and
Yeah.
it took me about 30 minutes.
Oh shit, that's insane. That's insane that you do it that way. Like, be like, I don't really fuck with that line. Let me see what I could put there. But like freestyle and everything, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So
like,
you have a different mindset for
yeah,
writing
the whole
music.
mix, basically the whole mixtape that's out right now, freestyle.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh shit. Damn. So that I never heard of someone doing that. Like I've heard, like of course, like the myths, like oh Jay-Z don't write nothing down, he just gets in the booth and freestyles.
Yeah.
But like to
Like
do that for a
I
whole
know.
song, that's
Yeah.
like I get it for a verse. I freestyle to make like to create a song like that
Mhm.
is on another level.
Yeah. The quickest verse I ever wrote was for a feature that some guy wanted me to do. He lives out in Jersey. And he sends me the song and he sends me the timestamp of where my verse is. And I did it. 15 minutes later, I say, here's your verse.
Damn.
so,
Holy shit.
yo,
You don't
I
play no games
recorded,
when it comes to it. You
I
don't play
don't,
no games.
I don't. 15 minutes, I wrote the verse, went to the studio, recorded it in 10 minutes.
Yo. So how like I was gonna say, like now that you say that, how long is usually like a session for you in the studio?
Ooh.
Do you work on just one song or do you get multiple at a time?
I get multiple at a time. I
Okay.
remember I used to record in the Matrix Studios, and my old engineer, his name is Jason Rim. Um, he, I remember I booked a 4 hour session, and on a Saturday, I never forgot it. I had wrote 7 songs on a Wednesday, and I was like, I want to make an EP. I want to make this EP. I want to call it Emotional AF, emotional as fuck. And I wrote 7 songs on a Wednesday, booked the session on Thursday. Saturday I went, in those 4 hours, all 7 songs were finished.
This fucking guy right here. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That way that you're just able to do that. Because I know some people actually go into the studio and they'll work on just, all right, let's get this one song done today. For you to go in for 4 hours and get 7 songs done and actually record your EP, your whole EP in one day is insane. So also I saw on your YouTube channel you have a music video out that you put out 7 months ago. How was that? How was filming that? Like, was that your first ever music video, or is that the only one that's
No.
like up right now?
Okay, so believe it or not, before I even met you, before this whole thing went down, I used to have, because technically the mixtape that's out, that would have, I'm putting it out as a mixtape. But before that, I had about 3 albums out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 3 albums, multiple singles, and I took everything down because I literally went through, like, I just had to sit down and talk to myself. And I'm like, you've officially found yourself as an artist. So I personally didn't want to remember that old stuff. So I was like, take it down, start fresh, start new, build up from here. And I remember watching this interview with Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle did an interview and he said, when you're independent and stuff, he said, never put out an album. He said, you never want to put out an album or anything like that. And I was like, he said, start off with EPs and mixtapes, never put out an album. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take that advice, and I just ran with it. But when it comes to shooting videos, I really used to shoot videos on iPhones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it started. I swear. Okay. I used to go to Castle Hill with my boy Jamar. Shout out Jamar. I used to go to Castle Hill to his house, and he'll take his iPhone and he'll shoot the music video for me in front of his crib. And I'll go inside and I'll download all these apps on my phone and I'll start editing my own videos. And I'll upload them to YouTube. Yeah, so I'll edit my own videos, upload them to YouTube. Then that's when I went to Lehman, bumped into this guy named Jacob. He's a dope photographer, dope videographer. And he started doing videos for me. And when he was done with the videos, he didn't know how to edit. So I said, give me the chip. I'll take the chip, bring it home. Or he'll take the chip, download it, send me the videos. And then here I am editing my own videos on iMovie. So it was like, it was the whole editing process and everything was crazy. But there was times it'll be done like that. I'll edit it, done.
Yeah.
Then my first ever like down to earth like professional video shoot was honestly I would have to say the one you saw.
Okay.
Yeah, that one, because that director, the one that shot that one, are you talking about Think About Me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that director, that's Honesty. He's shot for J.I., Fabio Foreign, Stunna Gambino.
Oh wow, so he has kind of a nice resume right there.
Yeah, I actually found him through my brother. My brother is really cool with this New York rapper Elijah the Boy.
Okay.
And he took me to one of his video shoots. I became cool with Elijah, and then his girl at the time called me and pulled me to the side and was like, I want you to meet this guy. And he was a director of the video. So I started talking to him. He shows me his work. He showed me a video he shot with Dave East. And I was like, oh, this shit's tough. So he's like, all right, we'll chop it up. And then a few months later, we shot that video. And now here we are about to drop another one that we did together. And it's just, it's a crazy ass ride. Like the evolution of the way I've built myself up, man. I wish I recorded everything so I could have a fucking documentary. I wish. I wish.
That's insane that you used to just do that shit on your phone, just be like, yeah, iMovie real quick, let's edit this. And that is true. Yeah. Edit, like that's what I do for work. Like I edit just podcast videos and just videos for work. And it takes a good amount of time. But yeah, if you're really focused on it, like I feel like I edit more my like my work quicker. I guess more because it's mine and like I have a
Mhm.
connection to it. So I
Yeah,
could understand why you would edit it so quickly because it's your music video. It's your
yeah.
music. You want to get it out there.
And
Uh
I know what I want. I know how I want it to look and everything. So it was like I will put my phone on do not disturb. I'll tell everybody do not text me, don't call me, I don't want nothing of my phone right now but this video and me editing. That's it.
yeah.
So when people will call me or text me, I'll like go off on them. Like, please, like don't like what the fuck are you doing? Leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
Give me some time. Give me some time. Let me finish this and
Yeah,
then we could talk.
yeah, there'll be people waiting outside my crib yelling my name. Chris, let's go. Let's hang out. What's the word? I'm here like, I'm editing. Leave me alone. Go back home. Give me 30 minutes. I'll be outside.
I'll call you. I'll call you when I'm done.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right?
call you.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it was, man, I just love what I do.
No, and that's great to hear because actually like a lot of people don't get the not that they don't get the chance. I think they become lazy and they don't wanna follow their dreams, whether it's they're scared of rejection, scared of failure, or whatever it is, but some people don't take that leap or work hard enough to be like, I want this. Like I could tell you want this. Like what you just telling me, the way you write music, the way you make sure you get your verses out quick, the way you edit your own videos, like that tells a lot.
Like the song that you saw the video for, Think About Me, I remember writing that song. And I woke up and I don't know if you ever heard about this music group, Division, DVSN.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I when
I actually just got introduced to them with the new song that they put out with Mac Miller like in July.
yeah,
That's when I
yeah.
found their whole catalog. I was like,
Yo,
this is
when it comes to R&B, I them I got to give it to them. Hats off to them.
yeah.
That hat off to them. And I remember saying I want to do a song to like a tight beat of theirs. And I went on YouTube in the morning. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just looking like Division type beats, Drake Division type beats.
Yeah.
And this beat comes up and the beat said Drake and Division type beat, Think About Me. And I'm listening to it and I'm just like, okay, like it starts off and I'm like, okay, this is kind of, I like the beat, it's kind of catchy. Wrote the song, bought the beat, and then I start like recording it on my phone and I start like memorizing it in my head. 10 o'clock, it hits 10 in the morning. I hit up Plug Studios. I said, I wanna record today. Does Jaden have a set? My engineer, his name is Jaden. Does he have a session today? He's like, yeah, he's free from this time to this time. I said, give me that. Booked it. Went there, mixed, mastered, finished that song in one day.
Yo, you see, it's shit like that. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. That's
I said,
incredible.
that same day I woke up, wrote the song, and I was like, I can't have a recording of me in the phone. I need to hear this MP3 live. I need to hear me
I need
on the
this.
beat.
Yeah, I need this right now. Like, I need to hear
Yeah.
this right now.
I just went along and I did what I did.
Wow, that's just incredible the way that your writing process and just going into the studio and saying, "Yo, I'm knocking this out right now, and this is what it is." You know what I mean? Like that's insane to me.
It's I call it. There's only one word you can use for that: dedication.
Oh, definitely.
That's it.
So like you say, you bought the beat. Do you still buy beats like randomly, or do you have like a
Yeah.
set producer?
Now I buy I wish I had my own fucking producer and shit. Oh my lord. Now I've been all of my work for the last 9 years has been my own self-made money. I would buy my own beats. I would book my own sessions, do my own music videos. Everything was just, it's been so independent lately. And, you know, I want to reach that level where it's like with good marketing and good people behind me that can help and stuff. But it's like this world right now is so, you never know who has the true right intentions anymore. So
Yeah.
I stay to myself, and when I make my money, I run right to the studio. I book what I gotta book, pay for my promo. That's it. I do everything on my own.
Nah, and that's a good thing because, like you said, you never know anybody's true intentions. Like I know a couple people that they've gone to studios and like the person will hold their audio and be like, nah, like until you do another session, you don't get the audio. Like, you know, there's some grimy people out there, but then there's also some people that actually generally wanna like help you. You know what I mean? And there's a few out of the bunch, but there's some genuine people out there.
Yeah, no, that's my circle right now. My circle right now is exactly how I want it to be. I got Shorty I'm with, my boy Jamar. Jamar has been with me throughout this whole 9-year process of me doing music. He was there from the beginning. Jamar is a person that was there like when he saw me lose everything and lose myself as a person. And the stuff that I write about from then till now, he was there through that. He was like, I can get deep into this shit. Years ago, I lost a child. And
okay.
And when all that happened, the writing process, it slowed down a little bit until I stood with Shawty for 2 years and I went to see her after school and I caught her making out with a whole nother nigga.
Oh, wow.
That's where the writing process picked up. And I was like,
it flipped.
It flipped. It was like this on switch. Like it turned me into a writing machine, like a writing monster who was just hurt. And after that, it was like, I can't stop. I got to keep going.
Yeah.
And he was there through all that. My homegirl, Ariana, her brother, Sebastian, and my best friend, Liz. Those 5 people, that's my circle. That's it.
And that's all you really need.
That's
you know
all
what I mean?
need.
You like, as long as you got people around you that support you and love you and want the best for you, because there's even some friends that like I've seen that like you could be friends with them for years and then they actually just they want to see you do good but not better than them. You know what I mean? And it's good to have people around you that genuinely want to see you do good, want to see you win, want to see everybody in the group win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like sometimes like stuff like that, like you were saying, might happen for the best because it flips that switch on you that makes you that different. You see things different now. And it's like, all right, now it's time to work. Now I, like you said, I can't stop. This is it.
Yo, I still get them texts. I just got that text yesterday. Somebody listened to my mixtape for the first time. They hit me with the text. Yo, who the fuck hurt you? Who the fuck broke your heart? And I'm just like, you don't even want to know. Yeah. You don't even know that half of it. And it's like, it really, at this point, it is what it is because all this hurt, it didn't hold me down for a long time. It just brought me up and pushed me forward. So
it was good. It was good that you had music there to have that outlet for you to like not get it out there, but get it off your chest. You know what I mean? Even though it's not like, maybe it's not in the direct way, like saying line for line what happened, but at least getting your emotions out there and not holding them in.
Your music is definitely like a journal.
Yeah.
Like a journal, your own diary, and you write in it. And I remember when it stopped becoming my journal because I had talked about everything. I was like, I'm done talking about everything. So now I'm on the process where I don't just want to write for myself. I want to write for the people that literally support me and the people that really listen to my music. Because there's people that have come up to me and cried, hugging me. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And they'll tell me like, your music fucking saved me. And I'll be here like, whoa. Like, I remember having that moment in high school with this guy. His name is Justin, but he went by the name of Panda. And he literally told me that he wanted to end everything. Like, he was just in this dark hole. And the moment he heard my music, he felt completely better. His whole life did a fucking 360. It flipped. And I was just, the fact that I knew that I was the cause was like, why would you stop?
Yeah.
Imagine how many other people that you're saving. So I was like,
and
don't
that
stop.
Don't have the ability to tell you. You know what I mean? He was strong enough to be like, yo, you really helped me out. So he
Yeah.
might just be the one of many.
Yeah,
Which is
it was the start.
yeah.
So I just said I can't stop. I gotta keep on. Like you could be Superman to these people, man. Like just don't stop.
Nah, it's a fact. That is a fact, man. But now, like, we'll go back to like you said you just dropped the mixtape. I think it was in mid July. It dropped. I mean, mid August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mid August is called Extraterrestrial Love. Where
Yes.
did that come from?
Man. So um I literally started looking at my music more as out of this world. Because
Yeah.
I started realizing my sound was changing. Like if you go back to the old Chris Payne, I'm not gonna lie to you, that nigga sucks. That dude, I don't even want to know that dude no more. I don't want to know that guy no more. That's I just be like, like cringy. Like you're so cringe, bro. But I hear my music now and I'm like, yo, you've developed, you're more established, and you sound like you're really into this shit. So I literally started telling myself, like, people would tell me, where does your music come from? And I'll be like, comes from me. But the thing is, people will, and there's this girl, a close friend of mine, her name is Stephanie, she lives in Connecticut. And she would tell me all the time, you're not normal. You're a fucking alien. You're just not fucking, the shit you do, the shit you say, you're not normal. You're a fucking alien. And I'll tell people I'm out of this world. I don't belong here. I was born in the wrong generation. I don't belong here. I'm too different from everybody else. I don't see myself fitting in with y'all. So thank you. I know I'm an alien. And I started realizing how my music was developing, how it was changing, how the sound was changing. And it was like the love, even the way I loved was different. And I was like, yo, just turn this shit into some out of this world love music. So that's where because that's all I ever knew was making love music. I was always making sad music, love music. You want to cry to it, you want to fuck to it. Like I don't fucking know. Like shit. So
It's used for multiple reasons.
Yeah. So that's where and I just that's literally where it came from, because I used to tell myself so much, like, yo, you're starting to really, really find yourself and dig deep in this music stuff. And it's just so out of this world. I noticed how I was moving. I started moving so differently from how I used to move years ago. And I kept saying it, you're out of this world. You're out of this world. And that's where the word extraterrestrial came from. And then the love, that's just, it's always been me. So That's how I put it together.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
So
how long did it take you to write that whole project? Was it one of those that you just wrote the songs quickly and got into the studio, or was this one actually take some time?
This one took about, I'll say, 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I kept saying I'm gonna drop it. I was on my Kanye shit. I was saying I'm gonna drop it, gonna drop it. I kept saying it's done, and then it wasn't done, and I was like, I don't. There were certain songs I would listen to, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like. I have that really good ear, and even if there's a little fuck up, even if there's like that little, even if I hear fucking, if I think the song is great and I hear that little, I'm like, nope, I'm going back. I'm changing it. I'm redoing it. It just. So I would constantly go back and forth, and then I'll find myself writing a whole new song. And I'm like, this song sounds better than the one that I put on the mixtape. So let me take this one out, put this one in. Then I'm like, if that's the case, then I can redo the whole thing and make better songs than what's already on the mixtape. And so it was literally a whole fighting process with myself. But eventually, until I heard everything in order and how I had it, and I was like, I fucking love this. So that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it out.
Yeah. Did a lot of songs, like you said that you wanted to switch up songs, did some of them get switched up?
Definitely. A lot did. A lot did. But that's why I have a deluxe coming out soon to the mixtape as well.
Oh, okay. So when that comes out,
I can't.
Okay. All right, we'll keep up to date with it. We gotta stay on your page and keep an eye out.
Yeah. Can't say a lot. Can't say a lot yet.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. It's a lot of work to going into stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I feel you like not wanting to say a date, like you said, like you had second thoughts about, oh, let me go change that. Cause like that happened with the podcast. Like this was supposed to be like an every week thing, and then it was like, all right, getting interviews is kind of tough. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can't even say it's a weekly podcast. Cause then like setting it up or like during COVID, I had a lot of people like just cancel on me. Cause like it was just a whole big thing. So like I get it, like not wanting to put like a certain like date on it and being like, oh well, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
man,
yeah,
I'm having fun with it. I like when people take a guess and people start with the can you just drop it already? Can you just drop it already? And I'm like,
where's it at? Where is it?
Yeah.
So what, like now you look at like where you're at right now, just dropped the mixtape, you have the music video Sorrow coming out. When does that one drop? Is that doesn't have a date either? Okay. Just keep an eye. Well, you'll find out his pages at the end of the interview. Yeah. But now seeing yourself,
I noticed that was a problem I have with myself. I would always put music out every week. I would let people know when shit was dropping. Now it's like, shut the fuck up and just let them feel. I want them to be hungry for it. So that's it.
Nah, I feel you on that. So now, like with all this stuff that like you have Sorrow coming out, the mixtape that just dropped, you got the deluxe coming out soon. Where do you see yourself in like maybe 5 years? Are you still independent? Are you still in the genre you're in?
I see myself at the Grammys, hopefully.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I gotta manifest that. Like, I have a performance next month. Actually, I think in 2 weeks, I gotta go out to Atlanta. I got a chance to perform with like, under the BET stuff and with the Hip Hop Awards.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So and then thank you. And then I gotta come back to another event. That's October 2nd. Then I gotta come back do another event October 8th. Then in December 11th, I gotta go out to Atlantic City in Jersey to perform for Par 105. And I'm gonna be going back and forth. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So seeing yourself at the Grammys in 5-10 years, it's possible, bro. And to be honest, it will happen. It will happen, man. Not knowing if it's in 5, 10, maybe even 15, it will happen, bro. Especially with the dedication you put in, like just hearing how much work you put in. And like you said, why would I stop? Why am I gonna stop? I definitely see it happening for you, bro.
I know it took Russ. You know Russ. I mean, everybody knows Russ.
Oh, yes. He's one of those guys that people love to hate, but like his mindset is insane. Like I listen to some of his music. Not like the biggest Russ fan, but he got some good songs. But I watch a lot more of his interviews more than his music.
Yeah, his interviews are very important to watch. As an artist, you just watching Russ speak on these things in the industry and stuff like that, your mind just does, it opens up to such amazing things. But it took Russ about 10 years.
Yeah.
It took him about 10 years. So I'm on year 9. So maybe by next year, who knows what happened. He just got his first industry award yesterday.
Yeah. And what is he, 29?
The Russ is like,
yeah, I would say
probably,
that. Like,
I think so. Yeah.
He's like late 20s. I know he was the 30 under 30. So I know he's still in late 20s, I would say.
I mean, he definitely looks 40 though. I ain't gonna lie. Like Russ is, he's 28.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was 1 year off. Okay, yeah, 28.
28. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I would have never thought.
Nah, but it's just crazy how, like, once you were talking about it earlier, that you were saying you're looking into the industry and it's probably a smart idea to stay independent. Russ was the first person I thought of, because that literally sounded like something he would drop in an interview. Just stay independent. Like,
Yeah, stay independent. I learned it from Russ. I learned it from Joyner Lucas, Chance the Rapper. And every time I think to myself, like, yo, I want to pick up a pen and just like get it done with, I'm like, no, I'm like, stop. Like, don't. Because I learned, like, even when you think, I forgot who said it, but somebody said that when they sign you and they tell you, we're going to sign you for $1 million, and they give you they're not giving you the million. The half of that goes to, the taxes. You got to pay off your lawyers. You got to pay off the managers. What you're really only getting is like probably 100,000.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and that's off a big ass contract.
Yeah,
That's what like, and then they try to sneak it with like, all right, you gotta give us 3 albums, so you gotta give us 4.
And then half of the royalties, 100% of the royalties don't even go to you.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the way they got that shit is just.
Yeah, I'm glad I could say I own my masters literally, and
that's like, a good thing to say. That's fire.
Yeah, so it's that's something I'm gonna put out there for y'all. Own your masters, bro. Don't do none of that. That shit. Don't let nobody control you when it comes to this shit. Seriously.
Nah, that is good advice though.
Yeah, I go by a phrase. It's do what you love and love what you do. It's as simple as that. Anybody, and if you let somebody control what you love to do, then the love ain't real for it no more.
Yeah.
So that's something I live by.
I feel you, man. That's actually that's a good quote to live by. So last question. If there's artists out there right now trying to like get into the game, trying to figure out where to start, what to do, what advice would you give them?
Like Michael Jackson would say, it starts with the man in the mirror. That's something I could really say, because I had to look at myself in the face so many times and ask myself, who are you gonna be? What are you gonna do? When are you gonna do it? How are you gonna do it? And it starts with yourself. It literally starts with yourself. You have to dig deep, and have a lot of patience. Have a lot of patience with yourself, the people that you surround yourself with, your family, your loved ones. And just be true to yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. Don't. Because
I feel like that's a big one.
Yeah. Just don't be a character for nobody. Don't be nobody's puppet. Be who you are, and stay true to yourself. Literally.
That's great. Yeah, that's great advice, bro. And that's something that everybody should follow, whether you're in music, any industry you're in. Stay true to yourself. Figure out who you are, and then you'll figure it out from there. Like you gotta just make it work, and it will work if you're being yourself. It will work.
It's literally what I did, and here I am, 9 years later, like
chilling. No, but Chris, man, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. It was great chopping it up with you, getting to learn more about you. I always love this when I interview like somebody that I don't know a lot about. Like I feel like when I interview my friends, like people not or even acquaintances, like people I've known for a while that I already know like the story, is tough to like come up with questions that I don't know yet. And or like trying to like, which I try not to do, try and act like, oh, I don't know. I'll say straight up, like, I know this, but the listeners don't. What happened? You know what I mean? So it was dope just getting to know who you are. And thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. I hope everybody tunes into the music, the mixtape and everything. I can't say much on the deluxe or the music video that's coming out, but I pray, I hope that they tune in, they love it, and I hope I got them crying at 3 a.m. thinking about the ex type shit.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, man?
You can find me on IG, Chris Payne X, fuck Snapchat. Twitter. I tried Twitter. Tongue twist. I tried Twitter.
Not it.
not it. So you can find me on Instagram, not Sweet SoundCloud. I got over the SoundCloud phase, Spotify, Apple Music, all these major platforms, Tidal, you know, whatever you use, Android users, Google Play, you know, feel me? Like you find it everywhere. And yeah, just everywhere.
Accessible to all, man.
And hopefully they find me at the Grammys in 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Oh, you know, that's a fact, man.
Yeah, for real.
Well, yo, thank you again for coming on. Everybody go follow Chris. He's gonna, all his tags are gonna be under the video on YouTube and also on our Instagram. We're gonna tag him and everything, repost some of his music and stuff like that. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Street Sheet. Go follow us, support us on Instagram, Street Sheet Pod, Twitter, Street Sheet Pod, YouTube, Street Sheet Podcast, on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where we at. Thank you again for listening, and we'll catch you next time.